Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Unboxing AI webinar series. This is Kapil's weekly webinar series where we bring together leaders shaping the future of medical imaging and AI in healthcare. So amazing. So I think today's session is very exciting because we are exploring a space that doesn't, always, this is the first time Kapil is exploring a space of dentistry. And I'm very happy to have and host my guest today, Mini Suri, the co-founder and CEO of VELMENI. VELMENI is a AI health tech company pioneering diagnostic innovation in dental imaging. So I am pretty impressed by Mini's journey, and I'll sort of take our audience through this. So Mini has been leading automation and AI strategy at Uber and Citi, uh, and also like driving enterprise AI adoption at Core AI. And now she's building AI tools that help detect oral health issues earlier, and I'm sure with more accuracy. So, Mini, thank you so much for doing this. Welcome to the Unboxing AI webinar, and it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Great. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Carpal team. I feel like I've known you forever because my journey started with Carpal when we were really starting out new, when we met Vidur, and we were in your office, and you were in our office. And that's how we started in 21 when we did not know the space. And I am so excited and so honored to be on this channel. Thank you for having me today.
Great. It's always a pleasure, and it's always a pleasure to sort of see you at RSA every year. So awesome. So I'll get started with some of our questions for this webinar. So when I first saw your bio and everything, I literally thought that you were a dentist, honestly. And then I saw your background that it spans across enterprise AI, automation, scaling, intelligence systems across global organizations. So what made you decide to bring all of this expertise into healthcare, and especially like dental imaging?
I say I got into dentistry by destiny. And the reason I say that because I never thought that I will do what I'm doing today. And I'll share a little background of myself. So I was very happy doing building AI strategy and implementation for Citibank in 2017, basically making Citi a conversational AI bank, and then got into Uber as head of automation AI, and then really build a strategy for CEO of Uber and the leadership, and then eventually went to Core.ai again as chief customer success officer and almost one third of the company. And then interestingly, 21, which is COVID time, one of my very dear friend who's a serial entrepreneur from Silicon Valley said, my cousin, who's a dentist, doesn't know what to do. I said, that's easy. We know I can build a bot, because that's all I knew how to do. So we started building a voice chatbot for patient engagement, patient scheduling, and the patient could do that. And while building this, he said, why not we start a company, VELMENI? And I said, that's great. And eventually, lo and behold, I joined the company as CEO and co-founder. VELMENI means robot in Icelandic. Robot is for automation, and AI is for automation. However, I would say that, Shruti, more importantly, why VELMENI means important is very important to me, is because AI is for early diagnosis, as you rightly said. And my dad in 2016, his scans were missed. And 4 months later, it was grade 4 glioblastoma, which is could have been circumvented if his scans would have been intercepted or read carefully. Um, Human errors happen, things can get missed. But that really changed my life because I really wanted to do something in oncology, wanted to do something that would make a difference, but I did not know my path. But when Velmini came, and I still remember, being in India at my place, at my dad's picture, when we made the decision to go into diagnostic space. and that changed the trajectory. And I must say, Carpal was a very instrumental partner, especially I must say Vidur and Vidur's family. Vidur was so phenomenal. He really supported us at that time. So yes, journey was very interesting. Either when you are faced with the problem, either you don't do anything or you want to change it. I think in our case, we wanted to change. We wanted to bring revolution in dental using AI. And that is early diagnosis, not to miss any finding. If we can circumvent a single cancer, a single finding, save a tooth, right?
Yeah,
So that's what became a mantra.
right. No, that is very, very inspiring. And, so like you said, that Velmini isn't just about AI for dentistry, but I think you position it as AI for better living. So, would you like to sort of elaborate on how do you define the impact of this entire process on patient lives and how the dentists now consume AI on their X-rays?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. What normally we see, and I as a patient, right? Now I can read X-rays, so you can call me Dr. Mini, because I can read X-rays probably a lot more because that's what I do day in day out is read X-rays. Uh, but the thing is, most of us don't understand X-rays, and I always say it's 256 shades of gray, right? When I go to the dental office, if I don't understand, how am I going to accept the treatment, right? So if the doctor is trying to explain me those shades of gray, I'm lost and I have doubts. Even if they spend an hour, my doubts don't go away. But with AI, when we show these visuals, it just takes second for a patient to really understand what the doctor is trying to tell them. And patient acceptance happens. Now, if you can give a report to the patient, even better, because they don't have to make the decision right there, but they have something with them that they can take home and talk to their family and come back. We don't have all those things in dentistry. There are certain things dentistry has really made progress, but there are certain things dentistry don't have as compared to our medical health. I mean, if you go for a blood work, you go for any checkup, you get some report. Here you get nothing. So it's very hard as a patient for me and you to really decide what do I do. And also the other thing is dentistry is not covered by insurance, or at least most of the insurances don't have, or very little. So people need to pay out of their pocket. If they have to pay out of their pocket and they don't understand, they'll be always a doubt. Our also other reason what we are doing is to really help patient be more educated so that they can understand what they're getting in and they commit to the plan and they adhere to the plan. So this is where we bring that clarity and that um, you know uh, that education part to the patient so that doctor and patient are seeing the same thing and agreeing on the same thing.
Right. And that's such an important perspective, right? Especially because the next wave of AI in healthcare has to be like human centered and not data centered. And it's coming from you who has worked, across so many different organizations. And now, if we are able to hand over the reports, dental reports to patients, I don't remember. Like I always ask my dentist to send me a picture on WhatsApp or of the X-ray and what is wrong, and then I'll verify it with two other people. Thankfully, we have a lot of dentists and couple as well in our team. That okay, is this really happening? And then sort of go for the treatment. So this is very, very sort of interesting. So just changing gears here, Minnie, I'd like to also know, like, Wellmany's platform has recently sort of gained FDA clearance. So can you tell us more about that? Why did you go for the FDA clearance, and how are you now using it to your advantage?
So we are a Silicon Valley based company. We are in the heart of innovation hub. And to sell in the US or United States, you need to have an FDA clearance or 510(k) for a software medical device. For us, every findings or conditions has to be cleared by FDA. So it was very important for us, if we were going to be on the chair side, if the doctor was going to use our software for the or before the patient, it had to go through an FDA clearance. And it was a pretty tedious journey for over 2 years. But we were able to get the FDA clearance last year, which was great. And then with that, we are getting many, many more clearances. We are a global company, and we are basically spreading our wings across the world. I always say that there are 8 billion people who are basically have teeth, and supposedly, if they have 32 teeth, we have 257 billion teeth to take care of. So Valmini is a global company, and we are looking to expand outside US as well. But FDA was a very important step for us, Shruti, because it gave us that credibility and accreditation from the from this kind of a regulated body, that our software and our models were basically now ready to be used for dentists and the patients, basically.
Right, right. And like if I have to really think of deploying and integrating AI, so this is what we hear from a radiology side of things. Like last mile integration is an issue. Like we have great models but poor integration. So do you have any perspective on how Wellmany is bridging that last mile integration issues?
Yeah, no, we basically have built a lot of integrations, Shruti. We have, I mean, that's one thing that we have paid a lot of attention, is like building great integrations. We are embedded and OEM in some of the products. We are building, integrations where the images can get into Velmini, and Velmini can do that, predictions, and then send those predictions back to the calling, applications. That's one thing that I would say we are very proud of, is really doing some deep and interesting integrations, and we're doing as many integrations as possible. So if we don't have it, we get it done. So that is something that our team is really an expert on. It doesn't take us long to build an integration. Yeah. The last mile is very important. You're absolutely right. Even if you have the best product and you cannot integrate in the application that is part of the workflow, then it's a problem. And we want to be part of the workflow.
Right, right. Oh, absolutely. And from your perspective, like we have so many radiologists and data scientists, people who want to explore AI in their careers. So, do you have any sort of recommendation to them? Because you have run such big teams of, engineers and data scientists. So, any words of wisdom for them in terms of what they should be looking forward to as health tech 2.0, maybe?
So I say, first of all, to all the women radiologists, you can really learn AI. There is no way you can't do it. It's such a great time. I see our radiologists learning so much of AI, and our AI data scientists are becoming radiologists. It's such an interesting hybrid that I see, that I don't know what that new title or new degree will be called. I guess you will have to have both, and maybe that's what the dental schools will be looking at. But I would say this is the time to really grow. Don't be overwhelmed, um, because you are the front runners. You will know AI better than anybody. By the time this wave, subsides, you guys will become AI scientists. So I would say that, and I do encourage all the radiologists here. If you are not doing something, do get involved. We are always looking for radiologists. We are always working with data scientists, top-notch data scientists who have done a lot of work in healthcare. The thing is, it's the work that we do is very, it's very, I would say, we consider it very serious, because we are working with the data, the patient data. So patient data has to be handled with a lot of care, with a lot of security. And we also have built a process in which all the data that we get is curated, is stored safely and securely. And people take responsibility in the company to make sure that the models that they're building, the work they're doing, is they are understanding that is something have to be done based on because if our models are not predicting the right caries or cavities or findings, we're not doing justice to our dentists and dental staff. So we are basically, I just want to be clear, we are aid to the dentists. We are not taking dental or dentist seat here. Dentists are the ones who are in charge, because they just not look, they don't look only at radiology or or the x-rays. They do much more than that. They look into the patient's mouth, they look into and they learn about the patient's overall health. There are so many other touch points that the dentists have to do. We only provide one element, and that we do that because we know x-rays can be very tiring. Human eyes can miss things. I mean, if you're running your dental office from morning till evening, at some point you're tired. You're looking at the same x-rays again and again. So our idea is to really provide a tool that can help you. So this is where I feel that AI is evolving so much. When I started, I felt this is it. I may not have to do anything. The more I do and the more we do, every day
Are
we
there
are like,
any blind spots which you have discovered in this journey, like integrating
lots
AI? Like,
and lots,
was it
lots.
technology centered? Was it
Oh,
trust?
so
Was it
many.
integration?
It's not just integration, it's the kind of x-rays we get. I mean, it's so phenomenal. When we first ran our test, Shruti, we ran with 1,300 dentists to test and try, right? Really test drive our product and tell us. I mean, the kind of images and kind of x-rays and kind of things that we first missed, we had not even thought in our mind that this is what we will be looking at. So obviously data for us is very varied. I mean, think of it, you get data from all over the world, taken in different angulations, different machines, different scanners. I mean, the variety is interesting. Second is obviously what we started and what we are now, we have learned a lot. Every single day we learn a lot. Where our failures can come, this name and that name, and I mean, such variety. And every day we are like, oh, okay, it's a learning. The other thing is, yes, and AI is changing. If you see, Shruti, I mean, what we did 3 years back and now with the AI models are evolving so fast,
Yeah.
which is good for us. It takes less time than compared to what we had 3 years back or 2 years back. I don't even know. Before that, I should say that AI is changing. It'll take us 6 months. But nowadays, if I get up and something else happen, I don't know what can happen, right? So it's become a very fast-paced game now. So we are in a very fast-paced world, and we are hoping to drive in that lane, the fast lane, with the high speed, and really looking to see what we can do with our company as for building a better oral health tool.
Oh, absolutely. We also have some questions from our audience. I think you've answered this a little bit, but maybe you can elaborate more on what inspired the name Velmini.
Ah, okay, so it was picked up by my dear friend who was a serial entrepreneur. He picked up Valmini. First, I thought he was joking. I thought he picked up because it had mini in it. And I always say that it's not on my name. It's Valmini is a robot, but a lot of people still say Valmini. So, which is interesting. So that was done. It was not, and interestingly, this domain was picked up 8 years before Velmini became a company. I always say that Velmini has something to do with destiny. So yes, my path was here to run this company, and my name is Mini. So interesting. So I hope I answered your question. Okay, what else we have? The hybrid of expertise in the industry is very fascinating. Are there ways to facilitate the interfield collaboration, communication, and hello? So dental X-ray can vary a lot from clinic because of equipment in some places. AI work at different countries, and how does the model handle local anatomical? Yes, so that's a great question. Look, we I would say that we have trained our models on millions and millions of data set. I still cannot say, yes, we have achieved 95% accuracy in some of the models, some less, some more. But if we see a drift in let's say we are running our models for some data set and we do see a drift, yes, we do have to take it and train it. We always, what we have built is a feedback loop where if the model doesn't predict well, it is actually looked by three radiologists just to make sure that it's the model issue or it's basically the x-ray or imaging issue or whatever it is. But if we feel it's a model issue, we do look into how we can train the model. Now, FDA, with FDA clearance, you have to make sure that you have to go through another FDA clearance every time that you feel your model is not performing well. So we are very, very cognizant of how the models are working.
I'm
I
so
just took
sorry.
the question.
Yeah, awesome. Um,
I hope I answered your question, Shrikant.
okay, I'll just see if there are any other questions. Okay, so I think since I just logged in again, so the question stream is gone. But
I One question I do see there, are there ways to facilitate the interfield collaboration, communication, and coordination at VELMENI? I mean, it's all the time. I mean, we can have a call without our radiologist. We can have a call without our data scientists or dentist, our technical team. So it's everybody's in the same call. It's so interesting how everybody brings their own fear, their own viewpoint, because it's almost like having two parts of the brain. I say I have one part of the brain, which is AI. I also have chief dental officer, who is the dental brain, and then we have a radiologist. So without that, this company cannot work. So it can't be just one brain working. So that's why I say that there is a lot of interplay between the two, and that's why these two fields are kind of merging very beautifully. And you can see that I think the degrees, as I said, dental degrees or college degrees are going to change because they're going to be a hybrid degrees going forward, depending on you want to do AI in medicine or you want to do AI in dental. I think your degrees are going to change going forward.
right. I think there's another question from an anonymous attendee. I would love to know, how do you measure success both as a CEO and as a women driving innovation in healthcare?
So I feel I'll be more successful, or I feel that I would do something, or if I could make one more women confident, powerful, and capable. In my mind, women are very dedicated, very, very good resources. They are very intelligent. They can really take any challenge. Only thing is, what they lack is somebody standing behind them. And for me, in Valmini, we have more women, and I really empower women, and I want them to feel very good before their families and for themselves that they have done and they're doing such a great job. So for women, absolutely. Shruti, I am a women enthusiast and I do champion women. So you, when you come to Valmini, even our board is 50%. So everything is every leadership team. I think I have more women now, uh, maybe 70% women. So which is interesting.
So
I'm
I
sorry,
think
what was the first question?
we also, so the question was also, how do you measure success as a CEO?
Yeah. So, look, to be a CEO was a promise that I gave to my dying dad because he wanted me to be a CEO because he believed that I could be a CEO and I did not know. And I told him, I don't know how to be a CEO. Um, I think the CEO, how I measure the success is I want to build a very good company. I want to build a company where everybody feels good about it. They are motivated, they build the best product for our patients. Um, our motto within the company is really improve oral health for 1 billion people. And that's what we always say that. Um, And obviously for my investors who really, my angels, who really invested in us, who really believed in us, to be a company that really gives them manifold because they invested in us, right? So from investors' point of view, from my board who really trusted me as a first-time CEO, I mean, these are all Silicon Valley entrepreneurs who've done some amazing exit, took, made me a CEO, which I had no track record. I can't be more thankful and more fortunate than that, that giving me that opportunity. And for me, it is to really make sure that I give back to my board and to all the people who have believed in me. So I think it's a lot of challenge. Every single day, I always say that, and I pray that I can give back to all the people who have trusted in us, including my team.
Right.
And that would be my measure, right? If we all do well, Mini is a good company, good product, people can use, Shruti can use when she goes to a dentist and Shruti says, oh, I understand. I think we would feel that we've done our work.
Right. So I think you also touched upon reimbursements a little bit. There's a question by one of our dentist attendee, which says, since a lot of dentistry is often not covered in reimbursements, what's the status of dental AI reimbursements?
Yeah, so this one basically, it's a tool, as I said. It's a tool to help the dentists. So basically, dentists are the ones who are paying us, or radiology centers are the ones who are paying us. If we don't, we prefer, and again, it depends on the dentist how they want the reports to be charged or not. That's up to them. We try if we can, and we make our reports so nominal that it's really helping the patient and the dentist. The idea here is to really improve your dentistry, improve the patient experience. And actually, what we've seen is the dentists who have really used our stuff have seen a very smooth and seamless workflow. Things move very fast. They got very good ratings from their patients. The patient satisfaction increased. So there was a win-win for them. If they were looking at 7 patients, now they could see a lot more. And also, the single most important metric in a dental office is patient acceptance. When patient accepts the treatment is the most important thing for the dentist. They've got it. So that's the main aim also, is when the patient education and patient understanding.
Right. I think what is very impressive in this conversation is that I think in every lever which we touched today, we were talking about patients and how AI can make more human, approach, more preventive, and just more connected. So, I mean, we try to sort of end on time. So, thank you so much for joining us and sharing not just the VELMENI story, but your vision on AI and how you started this in a very, very different industry and not being from the dental background at all. So this is very, very inspiring. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who would be reaching out to you post the webinar. And to everyone who joined us today, thank you so much for being part of the Unboxing AI episode today. And stay tuned for our next guest as we sort of continue to always unpack AI in diagnostics. So see you next Thursday, same time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye, Shruti.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.